Kendra with Trust TV, and I'm back with another video. Do y'all see this mess? This is for educational purposes only, y'all. Come check out this video. Go like, share, and subscribe, y'all, to my channel, this man channel. Turn on your post notification. You don't know when I'm going to post. Let's get to this video. I want to show the first because I got some things to say.
White supremacy, white privilege, and entitlement still remains. And to this day, white women, regardless of political affiliation, and albeit consciously or subconsciously, still think of black women as being your indentured servants. That we must be in service to you at all times, and your access to us must always be unfettered. And this election and your reaction to black women as a result of it was a prime example. When black women collectively said, we are tired, we are done, and to just simply leave us alone.
Right.
Instead of listening to black women, respecting us and the boundary we set forth, you took our immediate divestment and disengagement from you as downright disrespect. How dare black women withdraw their labor, support, and protection of us? How dare black women deny us access to them? White women are the creators of exclusion, and yet you hate exclusivity the moment it's directed towards you. Right. The moment black women disengaged from your content, you came to the real-time realization that the majority of your platforms were built off the backs of black women, just like everything else you have.
Right.
And because the 15th was right around the corner, you turned that panic into pandering, hence the blue bracelets. When black women immediately clocked your performative bullshit and told you collectively to fuck off, the mask, as always, immediately dropped. Right. Whenever white women extend kindness to us, even in the smallest of ways, there's an immediate and silent demand for gratitude. And when not received, you feel immediately slighted.
And sorry to cut her off, but to even follow up to what she's saying, it's so funny that white women like that, because white women from the depths of black people, right, going into fighting for human rights, receive so many benefits from affirmative action to DEI. They receive so much benefits, even freedom, because you got to understand, at one point in time, white women were properties of their husband, right? He could do with them as he will, even their daughters. He could do with them as he will and discard them, put them in insane asylums if they do or speak out of tune, right? Or try to stand up for themselves. And if it wasn't for black people, white women would still be owned, beaten, and whipped, put in insane asylums and raped by their men, and nothing would be done about it. But if it was not for these black bodies that died to make sure to give them freedom, and this is not just even for white women, this is for every Latinos, Hispanics, Asians. And it's so funny that they do not pay homage to black people, because black people are the ones who paved the way for them to have legal rights in America. Any form of citizenship, any form of, respect, and any form of them getting their lives together and being free, we did that. And especially for white women. They benefited more from civil rights movements than anybody, and they're the most discriminative, they're even sometimes more discriminative than they men. They're the ones who quick to want to, I believe me, I work with them. Anyway, going back to what she said.
Zero to Miss Millie real fucking quick. You went from pandering for our engagement to condescendingly demanding that we acknowledge your individual vote for Kamala Harris rather than your collective vote to uphold white supremacy and protect your white privilege. Right. Now you're so desperate for our engagement that you've resorted to rage baiting, which has also fallen on deaf ears. White women are all about perception, because in your mind, if you look the part, you are the part without having to actually do the work. Amen. And because you're all about perception, your greatest fear is exposure.
Amen.
Which is why you view black women as your greatest threat. Right. Because we know exactly who you are at your core. Right. And everything evil that you're capable of. Right. Because for centuries, we've witnessed and experienced it firsthand. Right. The majority of you have no interest in being an ally to black women. Nope. You just need to be perceived as one. Mm-hmm. Because it allows you to feel morally superior, right, while simultaneously disguising your deeply rooted insecurities, right, and your jealousy of black women. Right. For the first time ever, you are being judged, and rightfully so, based solely on the color of your skin. And not the content of your character. which has always been questionable at best.
Amen.
It's all fun and MLK quotes until you're on the receiving end of one.
Right.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel.
All right, next one, y'all.
No one is working the fields.
Ooh, this is what I wanted to get to.
No one is working the fields.
Yes.
Why?
The farm fields.
Because they picked them all up. No one is working the fields to harvest our food. Our food is sitting there with no one to pick them because they picked everyone up.
And here's my problem with that. Why the freak do white people think they too damn good to get on their knees and go farm theyself? White people, let me give you a clue on something. Let me throw you a hint and a little lifeline. Because I think that you, like that woman said, you care more about perception. You so busy caring about a fake preconceived notion that you are a slave master and an owner of a whole bunch of people you weren't and were pot piss poor peasants who ain't had a pot to piss in or a window to chuck it at them. You created the KKK because you were impoverished. Emancipated by the proclamation of Abraham Lincoln in 1865 labor dispute because you no longer were under slave rules and were free and didn't have shit to go to because you were poor peasants brought here either as orphan trained babies, indentured workers, aka slave, right? And you were brought over to this with nothing. So you devised the scheme and came and burned down black civilizations, stole inventions, stole properties and land. And now to keep this fictitious superiority thing going, you won't get down on your knees and pick the fruit and vegetables out the ground. You didn't come from anything. You guys were Slavic slaves brought to the Americas to work. White people don't come from Europe, kings and queens. You were Slavic slaves, peasants. And now you trying to act like you want to keep up a facade so much to the point where you would let the food rot in the ground before you take your ass out there and pick your own damn fruits and vegetables and sell them on the market. You so caring about a fake ass image instead of telling the truth and getting on your knees and sending. You got young men and women who still college age. You got young men and women who are working. Go get those white little boys and girls and get them on the field, right? Them teenagers, them young adults. Go give them jobs to go on that field and pick the fruit. Don't ask no black kid. We not doing it. We do not want our kids on your fields to make some fictitious lie, keep some fake ass story going about some fake slavery that did not take place in America. White people were owned property. They were not owning nobody as property. That's the honest truth about history. So stop lying. You were Slavic slaves in the Ottoman slave trade. You were in the slave trade from the year 700 to the slavery was abolished. Emancipation Proclamation, right? Labor dispute of 1865. That's the real stuff that happened. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Ain't nobody gonna turn around here and be on your fields. It's your farm. Monsanto's, pick it up. Go get the fruit. Go on the field. You're not too good for it. You so busy caring about an image, the food rotten? How insane is that? You so busy trying to lie to the world about some fake ass white supremacy, some fake ass being a slave owner that you letting the food rot? Y'all niggas gonna let the food rot to keep up a lying image. How out of your fucking rabbit ass mind you got to be to let the food rot so you could pretend like you are a slave owner? You need black people. So now I seen a video where they like, we cutting Medicaid, we doing all this stuff to get black people on the field so you could fake like you actually own black folk. You fucking garbage picker. You guys got to understand you didn't come from shit. And that's the truth about history. That's why you holding on to an image. Because somebody that really came from shit don't fight this hard to pretend. Nobody. You mean to tell me you ain't gonna get out on the field and pick your own fruit and vegetables? You'd rather let the fruit and vegetables rot so you could keep up a fictitious image that you own slaves than to get your ass on the field and pick the fruit and vegetables yourself. You letting the food rot. How out of your rabbit ass mind you got to be to try to keep up a lie and keep up a fake? We're not picking your food. Well, yeah, I guess y'all going out of business. There's the Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Club. Go send them white kids out there to pick that food up. Go send them white kids out there to pick that food up. Ain't nobody picking that food up for y'all. Go pick it up, otherwise you lose your business. That's just as simple as that. You could try to do whatever attack you want on black folk, whatever you need to, but if you don't go ahead and pick that food up, sweetheart, you out of business. I don't know what to tell you, because you're trying to keep up a facade that's silly. It's stupid. It's stupid to try to, you're cutting your nose to spite your face to keep up a fake image. It's dumb. You didn't own no slaves. You didn't own nothing. You were a slave yourself. You were a Slavic peasant, right? That came from the Ukraine, Austria, Russia, who came to the Americas, as some of y'all as orphan trained babies, placed in orphanages and boarding schools to learn how to read and write and to get a trade. That's it. Some of you sold to brothels. That's it. That's your history in a nutshell. In the Americas. Ottoman slave trade. And you sitting over here trying to keep up a fictitious image to the point where you let the food rot is insane to me. Oh, that's a black job. No, it was your job. Remember, white people, you pick cotton, sugar cane, fruits and vegetables. You worked the chain gang. You were a Slavic slave. Stop lying. You didn't own nobody. The Irish wasn't you. Stop it. Get the help you need that you can get on that farm that you stole or give. All right, I got a proposition. If you want us to work the farms, give them back to the rightful owners. Give black people who are the real American Indian back their land and identity. Then we'll work the farms. We'll pick it up and we'll do everything you say. Give us our farm back and our land back. Give us our name back. That's the only way them farms gonna get picked. And from our black asses, give us it back. No stipulations. Give us all our shit back. Undo the 1924 Racial Integrity Act, where we are classed as Negro, color, and black, and then implementing without it being lawful, calling us African American. Revoke the stupid titles and give us our identity back. That's it. That's all you got to do, and we'll go out there and pick those fields. If not, pick them your fucking self, because you stole them. You stole those farms. And you refuse to give them back. And now you think that we are going to get out there on farms that you don't want to pick and pick them? Either you pick your own farms or get your youth to do it, or it's not going to be done and you're going to lose business. No matter how you cut this, if you don't do it, nobody else will. You are not too good to get on your knees and farm. There's sunblock, sunscreen, so you won't burn in the sun. Get to it. All right? We're not going to keep doing this. This is Kendra with Truest TV, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Stay up, stay blessed. Put God first above all else. Peace out, bye. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to be honest. This is absurd to let food rot just because you're trying to keep up a fake image. This shit is retarded. Make no damn sense.